I speak to you in the present, my ancient eyes see the terrible future. Do you not see what I see? For you shall go to your destiny. No knowledge can save you, and no magic will save you. Do you not?
The visuals in this are stunning. The fashion is the star in this piece, and the pieces are just so elaborate. It's so striking, so couture, and each piece is placed in an environment that I feel like elevates the piece, and it makes the piece even more elevated. Like the piece fits the environment, and I could tell that that was very meticulously thought of as far as the styling of the models and as far as the placement of them, and it really elevated this piece in a beautiful way.
So I like the spoken word introduction and the way that the main character is narrating her experience for us and how she perceives things. I think that we as the audience get a very unique view of how, the characters see things. This character in particular sees things, even though, she's addressing us and talking to us and asking us if we don't see what she sees, she says. Visually, we are getting the opportunity to see that through the costumes and the makeup and the visual effects that is being used to speak to us. I think that the filmmaker is trying to show us, at least in part, of what she's actually seeing and what she's going through and experiencing. And that's, again, only a section of what she's truly feeling.
I loved each piece that was presented within this piece. I think that the fashion pieces were very ethereal. They were kind of cohesive with earth and the settings that they were portrayed. It was a nice balance between nature and fashion coming into play here. We are listening to the sounds of the ocean. It's bringing the sense of motion. We are getting movement within this piece. Do you not see what I see? This is something that is repeated over and over and over again. Do you not see what I see? It dives into destiny is foretold. You can't change fate. No magic can save you. These are things that are kind of told time and time again, and you're kind of forced to go down your path, leading into an inevitable, so to speak. And I think that is kind of a mantra that they're telling themselves within this piece. And it's so interesting to see that how often we fight that, but when time gets in the way of things, we are the ones of our own doing, and we do ultimately make our own decisions. And systemically, we are told to be a certain way, and how eclectic it is to break out of that social norm. I think is something that is kind of expressed in this piece and expressed in fashion. Fashion is a sense for us to be able to share it's a form of expressionism.
You could feel the intensity of the words as they increased. I loved that how the wardrobe was so different. The costume design where the dancer, the actress, the model, she blended in very, very well with her surroundings, and it kind of worked. Some were elegant, some were bare. It was just quite something that was clearly put a lot of thought put into to make her blend in, to look like she's one with the trees, one with the ocean, one with the rocks, one with the land. It really worked because you could see that there was a lot of thought put into the specific costumes instead of just finding things that generally blended in. This was definitely a unique way to do it, because every touch of dress had a touch of formal to it. Even if she wasn't always fully clothed, you could see the flowiness or the sparkles and stuff that would kind of give it an element of formality without actually being in a formal setting.
It was like a dark fantasy horror, especially at the end with that crescendo with all of the jump cuts and the just insane effects that were added in post. Uh, and a lot of the outfits too, like it felt like it felt like it was a story being told by these dark elves, uh, in that sort of aesthetic, where a lot of the imagery felt very much, it was burning, it was smoldering, but there was also a very earthy feel to it, which created a very tense atmosphere where it's like you're not supposed to be here.
A very deep and moving short. I really enjoyed the choreography and the contrast between nature and the main performers, especially these the sea and the rocks and all you see all the beautiful elements that we see along the performance and the music. They connected together and they managed to pull out a very interesting experimental short.